I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video, man. If any car in the world says to me, hey, I'm a muscle car and I'm also a party car, ElCamino all the way. So in your lifetime, and you may be watching this if you love ElCaminos and maybe you've seen one in the past, but most people have never seen an SS454, not to mention a last year car like this, matching numbers, restored, really cool. And what I love so much about this is it's not a Chevelle. And I love Chevelles, and you love Chevelles as well. But when you go to a car show in this car here, you're the only one there. There might be 15 other Chevelles or 30 other Camaros or something like that. You stroll up in a 454 ElCamino, now you're the center of attention because you know what? I've never seen a 454 Camaro. Oh, ElCamino. And so, oh, it's matching numbers as well? Wow. It's all original? Wow, that's kind of cool. Polyglas tires, correct style rims for the year, and then we'll throw some of the options that it comes with as well. And I think that you're going to say, wow, I got to figure out how to get this in my life. So let's take a minute. We'll start with some of the things that I love, and I like to talk about the paint. And so for things like this right here, where the car's been clear coated over, and you want that, especially in these areas right here where you're going to wash and wax the car. This is your baby, man. You're going to wash and wax the car, and as you wash and wax it, these would tear if they weren't clear coated over. So the way the paint's been done, painted, right, wet sanded, stripes put on, wet sanded, and the whole car cleared, and that way you don't have that real big ridge here, and it'll keep it nice and shiny forever, right? Nice chrome and stainless, SS call outs. Remember, we're talking 1972, insurance had killed the muscle car world. This is the last of its kind, and I don't know, I just like it. So anyway, come on up and let's just, what I do love so much also about these is the way that they're going up in value. So imagine ElCaminos were really inexpensive for a long time, but because Chevelles and Camaros became so expensive, these now are being drug up with it, and you could get in early on the rise of those. So cranberry red paint is still a great color. Throw in black stripes, and you can see everything that's there, so it's nice and clear, and you can read all that good stuff, all right? Back down here, we put the Polyglas on it. They're great show tires. They look really cool. If you don't love those, we have radials as well we can swap for you. You know, these look better than they drive, but they make the car look really great, but I like BFGs too. So again, this is kind of what we do here, where we can change a couple things for you if you like, and you're still authentic, but still cool and still drives really great, because you take this car on a long ride, and it is really, really comfortable. You'd be surprised at how far you can drive in these cars and how nice they rode back in the day. All right, so let's roll around the rest of the car and check some of this stuff out. All right, these right here are kind of a dealer option. If you were a smoker, I was a smoker, but I don't smoke anymore. But this was nice too, rain guard, so you can crack the window. How you doing? Right, because signature move when you roll down the window, talking to whoever. Hey, how you doing? Right? Am I doing it right? You know what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep rolling around. Stainless and things like that. Nice sounding, and you can see the exhaust is new. All right, we'll come back here and you can see SS callouts. This is really nice too, that they get on the ElCamino, this SS454 right there. All right, nice chrome and stainless as well there. The bed's all detailed. Colin's gonna come up here and show you how nice the bed looks in here. All right, and we'll fold this down too. And so it says, like, here's what it says. It says, hey, I'm at a car show, right? I'm at a car show, and if I want to, I get a nice rug made for this right here. They even sell a mat for these. You can put a rubber mat in the back of this, and then you put your lawn chair back there while everybody fits in the grass and their shoes are all mucked up or whatever. You're in here, you got a cooler over there, and you're sitting up and you're watching everything that you want to see. That's why this car is here as a muscle car and here as the party star as well. So one of the things that's important on these kind of cars is the restoration, and just hear me out and I'll tell you why. You know, these didn't bring a whole lot of value for a long time, so people didn't put the money into restore it like you might see in a Chevelle, a Camaro, or a Mustang, because they couldn't get their money back out of it. If it cost $25,000 to restore a car today, back in the day, these weren't even worth $25,000, so nobody restored them. This one here has been done nicely, and it's very original in the sense that, watch this, like little stuff like the way this works like it's supposed to, okay? It has a seal back here in place, and it also closes nicely. And you say, well, Tone, what's the big deal? The gate's supposed to open and close. You're right, it's supposed to open and close, but it is a 40-year-old gate, right? It's a 40-year-old gate, and so it's really, the fact that it still works is pretty nice. All right, so we just finished up the restoration of this. We put in a new grill because the other one was old and tired, a couple small pieces, and that's what happens over time. But again, we have this emblem coming, so that'll be in there by the time you get it. But I love this SS call out by by 72 the SS was big. It lets you know for sure that's what was happening. Me, I love hood pins. I put hood pins on my Honda if I had a Honda. I put hood pins on my kids. Hood pins on my front door. All right, here's what we're talking about. This is nice. Come on up and we'll check this out right now. We had run out of 454 decals, so we have a new one for this as well. So that'll be on there by the time you get it. And again, just a couple small things that we were doing. We did go through the whole car though, like the brakes work like they're supposed to. And we changed the fluids and the car runs down the street straight. The steering's been aligned. The carburetor's been tuned. The fuel filter is new. Just all the little stuff that you would have to do if you got the car. The idea is that you get this car in your driveway. It already has gas in it. It's got a temp tag on the back of it if you want. And take whoever it is you want to go, man. Throw the key in it and go for a ride. That's the idea behind it. So in here we have the Cowl Induction air cleaner on here. We have, this is actually a dress-up piece. It's not a standard piece, but a lot of people like this. If you wanted to, you could paint this black and then it would be a little more correct. I thought it looked really nice, especially with the factory correct chrome valve covers and the detail under the hood. Battery topper for authenticity, and just everything's painted the way it's supposed to. Satin black on the fender wells where it's supposed to. The cowl tag is in place too, letting you know that's an original car. It's also letting you know that this car, you know, this is the only year you got verification that this car came with a 454 in the VIN number. So that's why it's even more authenticated, which makes them even more rare and why these cars continue to go up in value year after year. As much as you love to play with toys, big toys, small toys, whatever, there's nothing wrong with having this on your desk just to remind you. It may not be the exact year, but it's the right color combination, and it is an SS454 as well. So having it on your desk will remind you while you're slaving away, toiling, that sooner or later you'll be home and you can wheel this on out. All right, so I want to get in here, but actually before I get in here, I want you to hear something. May not seem like a big deal. You say, Tone, the door closes. Like, so what? Well, let me tell you, so what? So I've slammed thousands of doors, thousands and thousands of doors over time. A restored door makes a close like this. An unrestored door makes a second and third rattle after it closes. Just like the tailgate closed really nice, the door closed really nice. It gives you an idea of the restoration, that somebody put some time lining the window back up, putting new rubbers and seals in there. All the new bushings are inside for the window tracks. And what's nice about these here versus a Chevelle is these have vent windows in them, and you couldn't get that in a Chevelle. So let's check that out. Come on in. Oh yeah, how you doing? Look at this, 6'1", got a little room in here, and then, oh yeah, just in case you decide to take up smoking again. How am I doing? And you let that vent out there. This blows on wherever it is you'd like it to blow on, right? You got this. So a couple great things about this dash in particular is this has the full gauge package. So not all SSs came with this package. You could get an SS454 with a base dash, which would have given you a speedometer and some idiot lights. This one here has a factory tach and the full gauges. It leads me to believe that this is a pretty highly optioned car. The only thing it's really missing is maybe air conditioning and power windows. But so, for instance, it has the original AM/FM radio in it. It has the upgraded dash. It has the buckets and console, which is all in really nice shape. New headliner. The light works when you turn on. Well, Tom, what's the big deal about the light working when you turn on? Well, 9 times out of 10, the light doesn't work when you open the door, and this one does, in fact. So those are the kinds of things that say to me, hey, somebody put a little bit extra into the restoration. All right. Having said all that, that's it. All right, so let's close this thing up for a second. Cranberry red, black stripes, I'm already in. SS454, I'm even more in. Matching numbers SS454, even more so in, right? Authentic looking all around with the chrome, the stainless, the correct 72 wheels, the polyglas that are on it. And then the options like power steering and power disc brakes, all the things that we forget to ask about when we're buying a car. These are the things that make this car drive so nicely. The full gauges on the dash, so you can see the tach. Not that you're going to bark second gear, third gear, maybe downshift into second, like 130, 140, then clicking into third at like 150, 160. Use the tailgate as a spoiler. Maybe take this to NASCAR. Who knows what can happen, man, with this car? It could be that kind of car. Well, I might be making up some of it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, a loaded car, a cool car, and soon to be very, very collectible, because it's already collectible, and you can see the spike of these cars going up in value when you look online. So if you can find a way to get a really cool ElCamino SS454, and remember too that this is one of believed to be only 950 built that year. 950, they built, Chevrolet built 3 million cars that year. One of 950, that's a pretty rare car. Anyway, call us, 301-816-1000, we'll tell you all about it. A lot of times you might wonder, how can an ElCamino sound bad, look bad, and go bad? Like, check this out for a second. Have a listen back there where everybody else is going to hear it too. Rock the whole car, man. You see that?